So we're going to talk about a real veteran in college football here, and that's Tru Edwards, who was one of the best receivers in the country this past year at Louisiana Tech, and he's headed to Kentucky, seemingly I would say replacing Dane Key, who's on his way to Nebraska, going to be paired up there with Dylan Raiola at quarterback. But this Tru Edwards, man, just looking at this guy's path to getting to where he is today. So he spent his first 3 years at JUCO and Hawaii. So he's from Texas originally, played football, ran track, only had 27 receptions and 3 touchdowns his senior year. He only played 1 year of varsity football. So goes to JUCO, Hawaii, doesn't really put up huge numbers at Hawaii, ends up at Louisiana Tech, which is where his dad played. And his father, Troy Edwards, was the 1998 Bolitnikoff Award winner, right? So comes from good stock. As a redshirt senior in 2023, yes, as a redshirt senior in 2023, had a solid year, but then really broke out big time this season, where he had, a massive year by the numbers, 84 receptions, 986 yards. So a guy who had a breakout season. He's 23 years old, so he'll play next year at 24 years old. But a veteran coming to the SEC for Kentucky, this is a big pickup.
First team all Conference USA. Kentucky's lost a lot of receiver, right? You lose, Dane Key to Nebraska, lose Berrien Brown to LSU. You got to rebuild that room. Also, kind of underrated one, losing Harley Gilmore also to Nebraska. So that's a young guy you were counting on. So this is not a young guy. This is one of the older players in the SEC, but someone who's a late bloomer. You're getting him at peak as an all-conference player. 6'3", 201. Watching him on tape, you see him against NC State, just bouncing off tackles, going 71 yards, just showing the strength and physicality, but also some long speed. He was a hurdler in high school. You look at his hurdling numbers. He finished 8th in the state of Texas, high-level Texas track, 14.33 in the 110 hurdles. And you see him when he gets striding. He's really got some giddy up. Definitely a long strider, but when he gets moving, he can go, and he's strong, so he can break tackles as well. If you're Kentucky, a lot of change in your passing game. I mean, Brock Vandergriff retires, and you lose your top 2 receivers. But this is someone who can bring you some experience, bring you some upside, and he's not as experienced for his age as other players his age. Now at this point, entering his 7th year of college.
7th year, yeah.
He's got experience.
And again, he's getting this year because of the Diego Pavia ruling. So, you basically get another year now if you played in JUCO.
Yeah, and look, this is a guy who he needed it, right? Because he was a raw player. So other guys might have developed earlier because they're playing so much in high school, et cetera. So this guy was not playing as much. So his development's been in college. So now you're getting him as really a true veteran player with experience that knows how he's effective on the field, knows what he needs to do. Kentucky, man, they're always kind of right there as being a team with a lot of NFL talent, but a team that struggles to consistently generate offense and compete consistently at the SEC level, at the highest levels of the SEC, despite having usually some major talents on hand. You weren't a great passing offense to begin with, but you lose your top 2 receivers, your quarterback retires. A lot of rebuilding in the passing game. This will help.